Michael, yours, Zainab. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Hi, John.
How are you?
Excellent.
Fine.
Hi, good evening.
Hey,
I got me a video on TikTok.
pardon me?
I got me a video on TikTok. See
Oh,
what
great.
happened.
That one that you showed me?
No, a different one.
Oh, okay.
They have to be under 3 minutes.
Ah, all right. I'm still trying to learn that thing. I get, 5 or 10 minutes every now and again to try to put it through. Hi, John. Put it through and so a lot of people are finding that TikTok is a great place to put out some videos and their links. I know Josh on Raheem's team there is just having the time of his life with it.
Yeah, I noticed.
Unfortunately, he's not willing to share.
I noticed.
So anyway, that's his deal, and that's the way it goes. So we'll give a couple more minutes for a few more people to come in. What I'm going to do today is basically go through an AI marketing back office run through, and then go over a little bit on the team building with the 333 setup, so it gets a little bit more understanding on it. I shouldn't take more than about an hour of your time. iPhone, hello iPhone, whoever that may be. We got here 7 people now. Hello. iPhone again. Thomas Tucker. I knew you'd be here. Welcome. Chat up here. A few more minutes.
Yeah.
Get some more people to come on in, or at least give them some time to come on in. I usually start at 5 after always, just because it gives everybody a few minutes to, oh yeah, right, and then come in. Sometimes there's more than this. Had one meeting once that the majority of people came in the last 2 minutes before the 5 after the hour, and I think that particular meeting was full. So just give one more minute, and then I'll go over to a screen share and hit through my my AI marketing and explain some things to you. But getting a lot of questions on the well, personally and on the Telegram site about what everything means. I thought there was some good going over it in the last, but I guess not. So I'll go through it again, and the recording is going. So I'll be posting this as well, and then I'll be going through as best I can to explain it to you, the networking side and 333 and why we do it like that, or why we teach it like that. You guys can do whatever you want, but there's a specific system that you can follow to have a better results thing. So let me share my Zoom here and go over to my AI marketing. And of course, I'll have to sign in. Oh, come on. Please bear with me if my internet goes south. It was saying I didn't have it about 2 minutes before I signed in. There we go. So there's been some changes in your back office, or at least there should be some changes. If there hasn't been, there will be very, very shortly. Going from the cashback, the mute everybody. All right, come on, anytime you're ready here. Oh, there it goes with the circle. So whenever I see that, I just press refresh. That usually takes me to here. These guys are sticklers for security, and it's a bit of a pain sometimes, but it's for our own safety, et cetera, et cetera. I'd rather see them put a timer on the timed in timeout login, because I'm on my site sometimes 20, 30 minutes at a time. And if it goes over 20, you have to log in again. I'd rather them do it in such a manner that if a link is clicked while you're logged into your site, reset the timer. But I asked them about changing that. And they said, no way, no way, Jose. We want to be as sticklers for security as we possibly can. So 685-312. I hope that's what it says. Yay. And here we go back into the back office. Used to be that before all of this stuff, we had this. None of this was down here. And then all of this disappeared, and then these appeared when a new deposit was put in, or over time it came in. There was an unspent balance, and all of your advertising budget was put in here. And then over the next few days or a week or so, all of this money was taken, as you can see, all but $6.25 of mine was taken and put back into the advertising budget. Go to my stats page here, and you see I've got $12,969 in my ad budget. Amount spent, I made $194 yesterday, 220 the day before, 293, 279. I was, with this kind of a budget, I was expecting these to be a little higher, but they will be. I'm not concerned about it. They were in the $600 range, $500 to $600 range before, but new campaigns are being set up, so they'll get back, no worries. So what we have here is now unspent. What this represents, whatever's left in that for me, for you, I don't know. I really don't know. Some of my other accounts, there's $50 left in it. It varies. Some there's zero. At any rate, all of this should be in your advertising budget showing now. If it shows zero here and less than the amount that you had in here, then you need to go to your sales page and make sure that you're making sales. As you can see, my last sale was at 21:08 server time. Server time is GMT, so that would be 21 minus 6 hours is what's that? My math sucks. But anyway, you get the idea. And then once that reaches 2,400 hours, then you go to your stats and it'll give you the sales for today, which will be another 3 hours in a bit. So back to the advertising page here. Advertising budget, the cashback. This matches up with this. They're just starting to come into my into my cash back here. And now whenever that's over $10, I can go to top up and top up from my cash back. If you haven't paid the certificate back yet, you'll have to do that first. And that's through the transfer. Transfer here, you'll have a pink window that says give it back. You click on that one, that's over $50. It'll take the $50 out of your cash back, and then the rest is yours to keep. Then you have to get it up to $100 in order to make your first transaction. And I suggest your first transaction to be putting it back into your advertising budget, because if you've only got $100 in there and you withdraw it, you won't have very many sales out of whatever's left over. So you want to build it up. I don't suggest withdrawing until you have $1,000 in your cash, in your advertising budget. Your cash back here. This is a number that used to be here before before the interruption. If you're a new member, these may not show because it doesn't matter. You didn't have any money in the account before. Also, your PRTN before the 10th of July, or 10th or 11th, 12th of July will be put into here as well. The reason they did that is because of the Russian thing. Their account's frozen. They don't have access to it, which is why they gave us what's called the Protect. This is our own Protect Fund. And knowing how the business works, there's a 22.5% of the sale goes into our Protect Fund under our card right here. And this is not anything to do with this amount. This is over and above this 55% that goes into pending and then eventually into our cash back. So what we have to do here, what we can do, there's two things we can do here. We can wait for the Russian government to unfreeze the accounts, and then they'll pay these back in full. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, it could be 2 months. I don't know. They don't know. Their lawyers are on it. It never should have happened, but it did. And the unfortunate part is that it was meant for the Russian members, the Russian customers of AI marketing, not for anybody else. But the unfortunate part about that is their accounts were in Russia, so everything got frozen when all this happened. They have now moved their accounts to, I think, Guernsey, to a bank that is a branch bank that's out of South Africa, but their accounts are held, I believe, in Guernsey or Jersey. I'm not sure which one. They're great tax havens, which is untouchable because of the privacy laws and whatnot that they have throughout the globe. Any government can come along and say, we need the records for this account, and they'll go, yeah, no, you can't have that because our customers' privacy is sacrosanct. And then they would have to go through international court to get an international warrant to have the information released. And sometimes, most of the times, governments just say it's not worth the hassle and leave it alone. So know that AI marketing and INB have their accounts much better protected now than they did before. I think it was silly of them to have them in Russia, but that's what they did, and that's what happened. So what'll happen with this money here is our Protect pending is of sales. It works exactly the same way as our pending and cashback. The 55% of our commission goes into pending, 22.5% goes into Protect pending. Now that's over and above the 55%. So really we're getting 77.5% of commissions based on our sales here. And when those sales are approved, it will go into the Protect Available. And now you can claim your cash back. I've only got 12 cents in there that's approved. So it's not worth claiming it because of whatever reason. If there was 10 bucks in there, which there probably will be next week this time, and then I'll claim it. But what'll happen is it'll take this 12 cents and reduce it from here and put it directly into my cash back up here. So when the Protect Available is available, you claim it, it'll go directly into your cash back where you can withdraw it or use it to top up your account. If you don't have the Protect Fund down here yet, what that means is that you haven't made a top up yet and it hasn't made sales from the new top up. And that top up can be a bonus or a bonus collection. It can be a new advertising purchase from the outside, and it can be a top up from your cashback wallet here. So that will trigger the protect pending, and then those 22.5% commissions will go into the pending, and then 18 to 80 days later, averaging 30, same as it does up here, drop into your protect available, then you can claim it. It's that simple. So those are the basic changes that have happened in our back office. If you don't have the advertising budget here, and it used to be here, but your sales are being made, it will show up here. It takes them a day or two for it to show up on your advertising budget. So don't worry about it. It's all good. If everything, and this is happening with a few members, everything got zeroed out. That was a glitch. And you can read what happened in the pinned message on the Telegram group, Stone Age Bounty Telegram group. What happened was there was a glitch. People's accounts weren't right, so they zeroed them out to start them over, and it'll be fixed in the next couple 3 days. By Saturday, I'm sure everything will be all set and ready to go. I've seen some people on the team went to zero and now it's back to normal again. So if it's still at zero for you, and this hasn't happened to a lot of accounts, just some of them, it will be back to what it's supposed to be in the next day or so. Don't worry about it. Don't fret about it. All is good. Okay. So some of you, the online cashback, let's just quickly go through the back office here. Online cashback. This is where you can set your own links up. You know, you can do this this is without the robot. So, you know, Cheapo Air is one I like to go on here. Oh, no connection. It used to have one. I guess maybe they're one of the ones that left. That's okay. Kiwi, they sell airfare too, and hotel rooms. No connection. Oh, well, wow. Holy cow. Walmart.com. Let's see if this is working. No connection to cashback offer. Please try again later. I guess they're working on that right now. Sorry about that, folks. I was hoping to show you the sites that you can buy. And at any rate, let's go and see what they can do. Where's something we know here? McAfee. Yeah, let's go to McAfee here. Cashback offer. And we want to call it, it makes the cashback up to 13.4 euros. So if you need any virus protection from Switzerland, Germany, Spain, Finland, France, United Kingdom, Greece, as to show them all, Croatia. These are all the countries that this rebate is available in. So you copy the cashback link. No connection. Okay, they must be working on that to get it back in play right now. So what you do is you copy the link and you go over to the site, put it in your browser URL here. It'll take you to an AI marketing page which links your affiliate link to the site. You go to the site from where it says shop now and buy something from it, and then you'll see the sale in your sales page after it happens. The offline cashback, this is really simple too. What you do is, if you want to claim your cashback, you'll get 1.5%. What I recommend that you do, you probably recognize some of these names. What I recommend that you do is, even if the name's not on here, upload your receipt anyway. You take a picture of the receipt, you go for lunch at Subway, or you buy some sheets at Walmart, or you buy gas at BP, groceries at Tesco or Sainsbury's, or whatever store that you're at. Take a picture of the receipt. When you go to claim your cash back, you have to enter the last 4 digits of your bank card that you've used for it. And then you use that card all the time for your online shopping. And then if they accept the receipt, great. You'll get your 1.5% and it'll show on your sales page on the offline shopping here. And I don't have any, because there isn't any stores on Roatan that they accept. Not even Eldon's, which is the biggest grocery store here. So I don't do that because I know that they don't accept them. My marketing, this is a place where you can, there's two ways you can show people this business. One is through my marketing here, where you set up a landing page, but it only shows AI marketing. It doesn't show INB at all. All right. If you use the brain, if you if you show people this link, and it's a good site. I'll go over to my site here. And it's a good site. It tells you everything you need to know about AI marketing. There's some videos on it. You can set up to automatically use the gift certificate or not. Basically it's the same site that we see before, except you can add a little bit of a blurb on here as to who you are. And this is the video that we're all familiar with, to the minute and a couple seconds for you to let them watch, and it shows the 35% profits every month and that sort of thing. So it's a good website to use because it goes through everything that AI marketing is all about, and so on and so forth. And it shows the 45% finance a market bot protect fund to protect their ability to pay bills and to protect us if the sales don't go through, and to claim the cash back until it's available from the rock monster there. How it goes through the whole gamut of from the buyer to where our commissions are and how they're dispensed. So it's a very informative page. Like I say, though, the only things that they talk about on here is AI marketing, not INB at all. But you notice there's a blue brain to sign up with here, right? So as you notice in my little blurb here, use the blue brain. And I have a video on my website, YouTube channel for using this site that goes through all the steps of this using the blue brain to sign in. If they use the blue brain to sign up with AI marketing, they will show up in your INB back office. It's as simple as that. So the old way of only using the blue brain from your INB, that's fine if you want to continue to do that and use the lead capture page that's available from Yarav on the Telegram page, the Stone Age Bounty Telegram page. That's a great, wild, wonderful way to do it. Absolutely. This is another way. It gives you you can have all of these displayed, my email address, Telegram, my phone number. This is my WhatsApp phone number too, but that's my regular phone number. If you want to pay the long distance charges to Honduras, but be my guest. Be my guest, give me a call. But you're better off to use WhatsApp because it doesn't cost you anything other than whatever your internet connection is. So again, it's a really, really good site to use. And then you can instruct them on how the INB side works, as long as they use the blue brain. And like I say, you can do this in such a manner, like clicking on create a listing. If you want to do, you can do a personal landing page with which you can just put your URL in from Yarav's, the site that Yarav creates for you. Or you can do the standard one here with your personal assistant on it, the 5% affiliate program on it. This one here will if they sign up, it will automatically put their gift certificate into play so that when they top up, they'll get a 5% commission on the AI marketing side. And the video gallery, as far as the ones that AI marketing presents, you can add your own video as well. And there's a spot down here to enter all your information. So that little blurb at the top tells them a little bit about you and so on and so forth. So this is actually again, a good way to do it. And you've got different formats that you can use over here. Like I say, the only thing that it doesn't do is tell everybody about INB at all, but you can inform them that it exists and they can do that should they want to refer. But they have to use the blue braid to sign in, and then they'll show up on your INB side as well. The sales, we've gone through that. Last sale was, I can't even read what that aggregator is, that merchant is, but Eric Dress here, 10% commission. Woo, I like those high ones. 15 from Lanu here. But Lanu, or I don't know what that, Milano. I don't really care. Watches to you, 2.5%. Okay, great. Though they seem to be the highest weight days. Oh, well, that's fine. 25 days from Malunu with 15%. It's not a lot of commission with the size of the sale, but this one here watches 176. Phillips, look at that. 3.91 of the $6.76. Our cashback, AI Marketing's cashback, wait time, and they're pending. And I'll go back 7 or 8 days, or maybe 9 or 10 days, or 15 or 20 days. I have over 1,100 days of say 1,100 pages of sales, and I usually get 8 or 10 pages of sales a day. So your cashback here. This is where you see who has used your gift certificate, the stats that have happened over the last few days. This is what's happened as far as people that have used my certificate in my team. And these are the commissions that I've earned from it. 22 activations so far, 64 sales. I've earned $194 in pure cashback, because this number goes straight into your cashback vault. And this is one way that if you don't have any money to do this business, this is one way you can do it without any money. All right. You get in, you use your sponsor's gift certificate, get that robot working, and then you go out and hustle and refer 30 people to put in $100. Okay. And then you'll get 5% commission on that $100, and five times 3 is 15. That's $150. That goes directly into your cashback. We've got actually a couple of people now on the team that have done it this way, and some have done it even more than the 150. They've signed, well, they've signed up. One guy signed up thousands, and what that means is it's direct cashback straight into your cashback wallet, so you can pay back the certificate with it and do your first transaction of $100. And that can be done before the $50 is even used in the first few days. All right. So you don't have to use any of your own money to do this, but you have to hustle. It's not necessarily the easiest thing, but the way that TikTok is picking this up with 1 minute, 2 minute videos that are really, really quick, showing results from your, if you don't have your results yet from yourself, borrow your sponsors and just say this is the kind of things that are available and what can happen for you. Okay. Use mine. There's plenty of my screenshots on the Telegram group that you can use. But put a disclaimer on it that these are not, it doesn't always happen like this. These are independent results because it's a sales game. Not everybody will earn exactly the same. So make sure you do that, because we're not financial advisors, and we don't want anybody to think that everything will work perfectly all the time. Sometimes you'll get 25% commission in a month, although rarely happens. Sometimes you'll get 35. Mine last month was in the 40% range. So it varies up and down. Just make sure you say that in a short disclaimer on your video. And TikTok seems to be on fire with this opportunity. So learn how to do it. I'm learning. I never wanted to be on TikTok, but guess what? It's time. Stats page, same thing. All right, we have our views, our visitors, our sales, the advertising budget, and the amount spent, and the cashback. This, excuse me, this profit here is a bit misleading. This profit here is based on this number and this number. It's telling me that I have earned 21% of my advertising budget in my cashback. Okay. My actual profit, we take $1,428 and divide that by 2772, and we look at 51%, which is my actual profits based on the amount spent. So this doesn't necessarily mean, it says profit, but really, if you're looking at this number, there isn't any profit yet at all. But according to this number, I've earned a 51% profit based on what I've spent and what I've earned, because I've earned 1,500 plus above, or 1,200 or so above what my amount spent is. Your daily sales, the number of views, the visitors, sales, the amount of sales that you got, and the commission that you earned that day. So what you can do here with these is go back 30 days, see how much commission you earned then, and that'd be a rough guesstimate as to what will be dropping into your cash back on a daily basis. I know that we haven't quite been 30 days on the new campaign, so, but it will get there again, and we'll be back up into the big numbers very, very shortly. So those new guys, you don't have to worry about it because you're just starting, so you won't have 23 pages of that's 230 days that I've been making sales in this business. Top up, select your method. If you've paid back your certificate, then this will appear. If you have cash back on your green card, you can use this as long as it's, if you haven't done your first transaction and you used a certificate, this has to be $100. If not, it only has to be 10. Or if you've done the $100 one already, it only has to be 10. I can't do a top up right now because it's only $8.34. Visa and MasterCard, some countries, yeah. Some countries, no. They're working on it. When they'll all be up and running, they want to have 90% of the globe covered. It should be, because every advertisement that I've seen for Visa or MasterCard is wherever you are in the world, you can use our card. And if they have the logo, you can use our card. Well, but that's on Visa, not on AI marketing. And Europe seems to be different than North America, Australia, that sort of thing. I don't know what the MIR card is. I use Bitcoin all the time. They'll accept Ethereum, but I don't recommend it right now because the network is very, very, very busy, and your gas fees will be much higher than probably the amount that you want to put in. So you can do it, but I suggest you go over to Bitcoin first in a Bitcoin wallet, not a Bitcoin exchange, because a Bitcoin exchange may have a gateway fee that is over and above the network fees. I know with Binance, it's 0.0001 Bitcoin. I think it's I think it's that much just for their gateway fee. You know, 45 to 48,000, whatever it is today, that's $48. You don't want to pay $48 to move your Bitcoin. That's a lot of money. Ethereum, Tether on the ERC20, well, that's an Ethereum network. So your gas fees are going to be high on that as well. Perfect Money. I haven't heard, I've heard some members using Perfect Money, and it's working fine now. There was an issue with their API connecting on the shopping cart interface. So give it a couple more days. I haven't heard from the company that everything's working, but I have heard from members that everything's working. So you're not taking a chance. You'll get it, but it may be 2 or 3 days before you do, because it'll go into a queue and you're waiting for it. But the Perfect Money is a great money processor, payment processor. They've been around for more than well, I'd say 20 years now, long, long time. I've had an account with them since the 90s, and they're easy to use. You can store your Bitcoin there. You can store cash. You can store gold, silver, whatever you want to store there. Almost, they'll accept. So that's easy to do. You just click on that, type in how much. If you do a Bitcoin top up, let's look at a 10 one. What you have to do then, let's see, is you have to copy these numbers exactly, take them over to your Bitcoin wallet and paste them there. This is the amount of Bitcoin they're looking for, and this is the wallet they're looking for. Never, ever use this wallet twice. All right. Don't just think, well, I'll just send it to the wallet I sent to before. Do not do that, because it'll be lost. And then you got to pay AI marketing a $50 fee to go and find it. So just don't do that. Use the wallet address, because this is a different wallet address every time. And they do that for security reasons too. What I mean by that is it's all going to the same place. But if one particular address has, I can't imagine how much Bitcoin has been sent to AI marketing. If one single address has all that money being sent to it, that's a flag for hackers to come along and start looking for stealing everything. So they give us a brand new wallet address every time, so it doesn't, this one wallet address will have a $10 deposit, and that's it. As a matter of fact, it's not going to have anything, because I'm not going to follow through with it. But because I $10 I don't. I just wanted to show you the screen. You can use a QR code from your Bitcoin wallet to copy this barcode reader, and it'll set it all up for you. And that's sometimes the safest thing to do. But do copy and paste. Don't try to type this number in manually, because you'll get it wrong. There's, I don't know, many, many digits there. And I know I get confused after the first 5. So transfer, this is where you withdraw. You type in how much you want, and you press continue, and you select the method. Visa, MasterCard, Maestro. I believe this works everywhere in the world, but it'll take 3 or 4 days. There's a test going on in Canada for Visa right now, and we'll let everybody know as soon as that comes through. I don't know what Kiwi is. Yandex Money, I don't know what that is. I know it's they're payment processors, but I don't have an account with them. Bitcoin, Ethereum, again, Ethereum, gas fees, etc., because they'll take the gas fees out of your withdrawal. Tether, same thing. USDT, which is also Tether, on the TRC20 network, which is the Tron network. Cheap, cheap, cheap. So yeah, I recommend that. Perfect Money, again, a great processor that's been around forever. They're not going to screw you over, but you might want to wait a couple more days until the company actually says everything is kosher. You put your account number in here, wherever it is you want to send it to, and press transfer, and away it goes. The FAQs, everybody, if you haven't read the FAQs, you need to. You absolutely need to, because most of the answers that everybody's looking for are on here. All right. And it'll take you maybe an hour to read them. Some go into great detail, some don't. They're very, very easy. How much money can I make? It's a short one. Are there limits? It's a short one. I see cashbacks. It's a short one. What do I have to do? They're short answers. There's a couple that are long, but it's an easy read and it's good information for you. Huh. So I'll go back to the cashback part here. So you can see the cashback on a daily basis, how much you've sold through there. You go to your sales page and it shows you exactly who it was that bought and how much you made per transaction. If you go to the certificate part, you have, if they didn't use the brain, then, or they use Google, then you can't even, is no longer available, so you can't even contact them. But if they did use the brain, you have their email address. All right, so you can keep in touch with people that, you know, you have an advertisement on a traffic exchange, right, on with your lead capture page, which goes through and they use the brain, they use the certificate automatically, and they come up on here, and then you can contact them through your lead capture page too. But I think this is a really good reason, honestly, to use the certificate, is because you get their email address. Because if you don't, they don't even show up here. You don't get any commissions from it. So, and they don't get the $50. This is where you pick up your certificate. You can copy it by pressing this link right here, or you can download it. You can highlight it and copy. Very simple. That's where you find that. Okay, so I think I've gone through everything on here. My advertising, I don't think I've gone through that one yet. At work, you want your robot to be at work all the time. Don't let it stop. Only reason that is there's no penalty if it stops. It's just waiting for money to spend. Because if it doesn't have any money to spend, it just sits there, doesn't do anything. So you want it to have money to spend at work. This graph here gives you an idea of how many, you know, you can see my $550 was my best day. Now down averaging between 200 and 300, which is fine. You know, I'm not kicking the, you know, not kicking it out of bed. It's coming up and it's working well. So everything's good there. And if you want to increase your budget, this takes you directly to the top up page. Okay. So our next order of things is why do we follow a certain system when we go to the INB? What system do we do? Well, I like to show off what we call a 3-3-3 system, where there's you, and then you bring in three people, and they bring in three. As you can see, and then, you know, they bring in three. And so on across the board, right? The reason that we do that is because, first of all, you're going to be helping these people. I'm up here, or your sponsor. I'll put an S there. Hang on. Your sponsor, then you, and then, and you get the idea as far as the structure of it, right? And what you want to do is work with your sponsor to refer your first three people. And you want to refer them in such a manner so that they're excited about it. Bring them to the Zoom meeting on Monday or I mean, on Wednesday or Saturday, Wednesday afternoon or Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world. That's my time. Let the business presentation, show them everything, then and show them the introductory video that's available on my YouTube page as well. That gets their excitement up, that gets their hype up, brings them to the Zoom meeting. And, you know, I tend to promote $150 to get it started with, or more. And, you know, using the certificate as well. And I do say you don't have to use them, because nobody has to use them. And restrictions that it puts on the account. Some people don't mind that. Some people well, I don't want to be in debt. Well, the debt's paid by the earnings that you make, so it's really not a big deal. And honestly, starting with $150 or $100 and the $50 certificate, you know, it's not gonna add much more time to the time that you need before the $100 is in your account. Yeah, you'll be able to top up with $10 before you'd get to $100 using the certificate. But all right, you're going to be able to top up with $10 probably in about 3 weeks. Then another $10 4 or 5 days later, and another $10 4 or 5 days later, and another $10 maybe 4 days later, and another $10 maybe 3 days later. So yeah, you get to use the account even more, but it's about the same amount of time. It might be an extra 2 to 3 weeks to get to the $100 rather than to get to your first 10. So the amount of time that it takes, if you're only putting in $150 to get started with, or the combined, you're not going to make any money on this anyway. I know for some countries, $35 a month can be substantial. All right. In Canada, the United States, Australia, it's not that much. UK, it's not that much. But Nigeria, yeah. There's some people on the team here that make $25 a month in their job in Nigeria. $20 a day here in Honduras, and Philippines, Indonesia, that sort of thing. So it can be substantial, but you want it to be higher than that. I don't recommend anybody withdrawing anything till they get their advertising budget up to at least $1,000. So by going the 3 and then 3 and then 3, what you're doing is working with your sponsor to bring your first 3 in. And then, you know, you and I say, what you do is you know 3 people that are interested. So you set up 3 group chats, 3-way group chats between me, you, and this person, me, you, and this person, me, you, and this person, or your sponsor and you. Use your sponsor, use your sponsor if you can. And then what happens is you sit off on the sidelines in that chat and let your sponsor or me do the talking, answer the questions, and interjecting every now and again with a, you know, thumbs up or something like that. So you learn a little bit on how to do this and what you need to be doing. You know, if one of the people that you set up a group chat decides not to get involved, or if they do and they don't do anything, some people sign up and they just, you can't believe the number of zeros that I have in my account. They sign up and either they forget about it or they just did it. They signed up just, yeah, I signed up. I'll forget about me. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I've got enough people on my team that are actually doing something. What you're looking for is each one of these to start off with 150. Doesn't matter if it's 150, but that's a good round number to get started with, be it a combination of the certificate and money they put in, or $150 straight off and the certificate. Doesn't matter. But what you're looking for are people that put money in. And then what you can do is get them to do the same thing that you did with me. But instead of it being a 3-way, it's a 4-way, right? And include your sponsor in that, but you answer the questions. Okay. And if you don't know the answer, then your sponsor's there to answer them if you don't know. And what you do is if your referral says, well, ask the question you don't know the answer to, then you type into your message that I don't know the answer to that. Maybe John or Bill or whatever your sponsor's name is, maybe they can get the answer for you. And then, all right, we'll chime in and answer it. Okay. And then you're learning a little bit more, but you're taking the reins. Okay. You see what I'm doing here is training you to help these 3 people get started. And now this person goes you, and this person, and they can include your sponsor if you choose to. Okay, by this time, you should know enough to be able to answer everybody's questions, okay? But not a bad idea to be involved in it as well for these people down here. Not a bad idea. And so on down the line. And what'll happen is one of these legs is going to go on autopilot down, okay? This guy is going to get it. And he's just going to say, okay, I got it. And just start bringing people in, and this will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Okay. When that happens, what will happen is you won't sever ties with this group. You'll still earn commissions. You'll still earn the 5 to 15% on the INB side from your direct here and whatever overrides there are from your downline. And if you don't understand that, what you need to do is look at the how to earn section in the INB back office. It's one of the first menu items. Click on that and it will show you how the override commissions work with all your team members. And this goes to, for the 15%, it goes 14 levels deep. Okay, so you'll earn commissions 14 levels right up into the time when your direct gets to a VIP director and is at 15%, which means you're there too. You're at 15%, so you'll earn 15% from your direct, but all of the team commissions will, there's no difference, so there's no override commissions. But by that time, this leg is on its own anyway, and you're not needing to put any time in here whatsoever. Okay, that means you start another one, right? And then you start another one. The reason we teach three at a time is because by the time you get down here, you're going to be working with 3, 6, 9, 12 plus what's 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 24, 20. You're going to be working with about 36 people. All right. And that's going to take up a lot of your time if they're serious. All right. And you can only work with 3 at a time. Sometimes 2 is enough. And this will still work with 2. All right. Because your commissions on INB, you have to have at least 2 legs that have money in it. All right. This one has to have a start as well. And the more your directs have, obviously the more commissions you'll earn when it comes to this. But you get one leg that's on autopilot and they're on their own. So now you'll be working with these 2 as well. This one probably will be close to it. This one may not be. And you work with those and you help them. If you know somebody that wants to sign in, all right, well, place somebody under them. You know, if there's somebody down here that's got the money in and you see that they're trying, place somebody below them. All right. And that gives them a little bit of a boost, a little bit of you know, I want to say shot in the arm, but anyway, it gives them a little bit of a boost and some more confidence. Yeah, this can make money, and they'll a little more incentive to continue to build, and so on and so forth. And when you have 12 of these legs, you know, however, when you have helped 12 of these legs go to autopilot, by the time you do that 3 at a time, 4 at a time, if you're really ambitious, but if you're working, oh, pardon me, if you're working with 4 legs, expect to put in 16-hour days. Expect it. If that's not a problem for you, go for it, because you will earn very, very, very good money. You notice my eye twitched on there because been there, done that, and now starting to work with another 2 new ones. So, and you can see the profits. You can see all your PRTN coming into your INB back office, and it will be substantial. All right. Once you start to go up the levels, you'll also be collecting bonuses, which start from your 2nd level down. Your first line directs don't count toward your bonus calculations. Your second level down does, and that goes down 19 levels. They increased it. That's for your bonus. And the bonus ranges from $100 all the way to $5 million. All right. Now, that's when you reach the top of the heap, the 19 levels. You'll have to have about $2.5 billion on your team of sales. But if you've got 17, 18, 19 wide, maybe 20 or 30 or 50 or 1,000 like some do, yeah, there's people on this team that are more than 1,000 wide. And they're making bank both from the AI marketing side and their direct that people are depositing, or not depositing, but purchasing, advertising with. And not all of them are active. Not all of them are building a team, right? There's a bunch of zeros in that group too. Don't get me wrong. About my guess and estimation based on looking at my team in my back office, about a third, maybe a little more, more than a third, will be actually doing something. And a quarter will be building a team. Okay, but if you've got 1,000 wide and you've got a quarter of that, 250 of them building a team, it's not going to take you long to get up to $2.5 billion in team sales to begin collecting your $5 million bonus. All right. So that's the main reason why we do the 3, 3, and 3 matrix, MLM, networking, business building side. You can call it a pyramid if you want to, because it looks like a pyramid, but nobody likes that word. And and one thing that I say to people, if they call this a pyramid or anything else that's MLM a pyramid, I say, well, where do you work? Well, I work at Walmart. Oh, you work at Walmart. Is there a manager at Walmart? Yeah. Is he in charge of the store? Yeah. Oh, great. And there's various departments in Walmart, right? Yeah. Right. Like the automotive, textiles, women's clothing, men's clothing, and so on and so forth. Yeah. They've got managers for those. Yeah. Okay. Well, got the manager on top, and then he hires the managers for the departments. And then are there employees under those managers? Yeah. So everything's a pyramid, people. Absolutely everything. Doesn't matter what business you're in. Even a government, you got the prime minister in Canada, all of the ministers of each department, all of their minions, and then it filters down from there. That's a pyramid. Anything is set up like a pyramid. So don't let that word scare you, and hit people with, oh, it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid. Yeah, where do you work? Hit them with that. So this is why we build it this way. And you can do it 2 and 2 to get started with. All right. But don't limit yourself at that. A lot of the times, because in network marketing, there's what's called a binary system. And this kind of works that way with the bonuses. What you'll have is one leg that's really, really strong, has the most amount of sales in it, that sort of thing. And then you have the rest of your legs that aren't as high as that. And what happens to collect bonuses, it'll take your strong leg and put that as one number. Okay, say your strong leg is 1,000. And then you add up all of your weak legs that are less than 1,000. If the sum of all of these is more than $500, more than half, if that is, if your weak leg is 500 or more, then the higher bonus calculation goes into place and you collect your bonus faster. If it's less than 500, less than half of your strong leg, Fun trying to write on a mouse pad here. Okay, and this is the sum of your week. Okay, if it's less than half, if it's less than 500, if your strong one's 1,000, then the lesser calculation goes into place. You could qualify for the $100 bonus, and then your weak leg or your strong leg goes nuts and goes up to be more than twice what your weak legs are, and then you fall out. Happens to me all the time because I have one leg that I haven't even anyway. It bounces up and down like a basketball because I bring in some more people and add more to it to bring it up, and then this other leg goes nuts. Thanks, Josh. Love you to bits, but at any rate, it bounces up and down, and then there comes a time, even if it's using the lesser calculations for your bonus, you'll get to a point, bam, you'll qualify for the bonus, and it can't be taken away. So eventually, it will happen, anyways. We're building a team, and some people like the 2x2, 2 and 2, because it's easier to do the math on. You'll see this leg going up to 1,000, and this leg is only at 250. So now you know you want to focus on building this leg to bring that up to 1,000, and then you go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But if you forget about it and don't add any more legs, you're limiting yourself on income, because these legs will only go so deep. And once this leg gets your direct here gets to the same place you are, for instance, like I say, you're at VIP director and your direct becomes VIP director, there is no difference. So the overriding bonuses or overriding commissions that you were receiving on this team no longer exist. Okay, so all you have now is this leg, and oh gee, I better get started. So you want to start with 3, work with them, let one go on autopilot, and it chances maybe 2 of them will, right? Maybe they all will at the same time. We don't know who we're going to be bringing in. We don't know. Who knew this guy in Australia was gonna rock this thing and have what, $2 million worth of sales in a couple months? Or no, $1.5 million, I think it is. I'm not exactly sure. It's a lot. It's a lot, and that's boosted my sales, because he's on Stone Age Bounty team, to almost 3 million, right? And so on and so forth. So you want to not forget, if you're doing the binary, don't forget that you can add more directs, and you want to add more directs, because if you're only earning the 15% from this leg here, well, you want to have another leg so you can start earning from the team building on that as well, and then a new one from the team building up. And it's kind of designed that way so you have incentive to bring more people in, right? Because the more people you have as a direct that are building a team, the more money you make, right? And that's the beauty part about this business, is the more people you help to make sure that they've got everything they need, the more money you make, right? That's the beauty of an MLM system. And that's the reason this system was taught to me by a gentleman by the name of Bill Brett, way back machine, late 80s. He was my mentor in Amway, and pushed me like you have no idea. I did very, very well in it. He actually bought me a steak because he said I couldn't do something. I did it. He said, if you do that, I'll buy you a steak. He bought me a steak. So this is the system. Back then they called it the Brett system. It's now called, I don't know, it's called something else. Bill, unfortunately, God bless his soul, he's no longer with us. He was the largest Amway distributor there was. And his team is still going strong, strong, strong. The reason I'm no longer in Amway is because it's not conducive to sailing, or it wasn't conducive to sailing when I went out and bought my first sailboat, because there was barely internet back then. And even still nowadays, there's no internet at sea. So, which is why I like AI marketing, because we can set the robot up, go sailing, or a vacation to Mexico or Hawaii, or off in the jungles of Guatemala or the Amazon somewhere, you know, and go and do some soul searching down there and that sort of thing, and not worry about it. Find a place that has a Wi-Fi connection, sign into your account, see how much money you make. You know, that's the beauty of it. So understand that 333, and that should get these legs on autopilot to continue moving downwards, right? Because by the time these three are starting to come in, this one should be fairly well versed and be able to look after their beginning teams, because now they're helping them get theirs. Not saying that you or your sponsor will be excluded, because you shouldn't be, you know, but when they get to the point, if they're a VIP director, talk to them once or twice a week. I do. My VIP directors, I talk to them a couple times a week, see how they're doing, see if they need anything. You know, we chit chat back and forth every now and again. A lot of times not about the business at all, just about life and what's going on, that sort of thing. So know that building it in this manner, you'll collect your bonuses faster and your teams will build faster. Okay. Again, you can go wide, you can go huge wide right at the beginning if you want to. And if you want to start with no money, you have to. All right, you're gonna have to get 30 wide at least to pay $100 in, or 50 wide, 60 wide to pay $50 in, or 120 wide to pay $25 in. And that will set you up, and then you can start working 3 legs at a time, right? You're going to want to have groups. That's one of the reasons why I started the Telegram group, was to include everybody in that. Why everybody's not in there? Well, because I have leaders that have their own groups, right? And they do very, very well. I belong to, I don't want to, I lost count of how many groups that I belong to, but I always go in and I monitor them, see if if there's a question that needs answering right there, I'll answer it, or guide them to where they need to go to find the answer. You know, I'm not as active in some of them as I am in the Telegram, but I am active. I look, I see, and put the help in where it's needed, just because, show them that I'm still there. And that'll be you one day. That'll be you one day, right? So there you have it, the 333. Yeah, like I say, you can go 2 and 2, and that you can back and forth with bonus collections. But if you have another one, then you've got another leg to work with as well. You'll earn more commissions, your bonuses will collect faster, et cetera, et cetera. And this isn't putting people below, right? You can do that if you want to. If you have 47 people and want to build this, that we're going to put money in and build this the way you want, the 333, putting people below people. But that, I like to use that as a reward rather than a staple, because that's really not helping this person any. If they want to build a team, we have to teach them how, right? And placing people under them doesn't teach them how, right? I'm not saying don't. Sure, by all means, put 1, 2, 1 here, and then 1 here, 1 under this guy if they haven't got anybody yet and they're showing promise, right? That sort of thing. You want to work with the people that are working with you. That's the biggest key, is working with the people that are working with you, and that'll build a lot faster. All right. So that being the case, 4:10, I have another 5 or 10 minutes on here. Anybody have any questions?
Hi, John. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is that Naficio? Naficio?
Yes.
Naficio, is that how you pronounce your name?
Yeah, Neficio
Oh,
Lucas.
Naficio, okay. Hi, Naficio. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm fine, John. So basically, before the issue took place, my advertising budget was around 4,005, but
Okay.
now it's a bit lesser than it was before. So should I contact the support team or is
Okay.
it normal?
No, before you contact support about that, go to the screenshot that you took before the interruption happened and see how much you'd spent on your ad budget. Remember, the ad budget is cumulative, and then you subtract what you spent from the cumulative. And then that's how much would be unspent.
Also, basically, I need to go to my previous screenshot and then or deducted from the advertising spent, the money spent on it.
Yeah, you look at the amount spent and then subtract that from the advertising budget that it's showing. And that number that you come up with should match what they put in your unspent budget.
Right,
make sense?
perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, no problem. Anybody else have a question or something to say? Okay. Try to create 3 accounts. The last account don't accept the cashback gift certificate. It says that it's invalid. Louis, sometimes that happens. Just keep trying with it and it'll eventually go through. That's happened to 2 or 3 of the my signups. They want to use the certificate, but they can't. Oh, I'll try again in a few days, or it will go through. I don't know why that bug is in there, but it does happen on occasion. Don't worry about it too much. It will go through. Yeah, no problem. All right, more. You're very welcome. All right, everyone. Thanks very much for being here. Sorry I took you about 10 minutes over. I hope you got something out of today's training, and all the best throughout the week. Remember, Facebook is great. Instagram is great. Pinterest is great. Forums are great. Forums are great. Just add value to the threads that you're advertising. You want to promote on. You want to build a conversation and then promote your link. Add value so that you build up trust and confidence in yourself. And there's a great book in the Stone Age Bounty, 10 ways on how to promote through forums. Excellent, excellent advice. And with that note, I will bid you good night, good morning, good evening, and I'm going to go for a swim. We'll talk to you later. Love you guys, and God bless.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.